Another one of the rules of composition is position, okay? So a space, the center, has a particular level of dominance, right? If I take and place a person right in the center of this composition, that has a certain quality. It has a certain sort of power and quality. Oopsies, my focus is slipping. Give me 1 second. I did that. Okay. So let's consider here's an interesting rule. There's a rule of thirds. So if you take this piece and you divide it into 3, now let's put our person here. The rule of thirds works in 2 directions. And it's used in filmmaking all the time. You'll see, you start watching television and looking for this, or watching the movies and looking for this, and you'll see very frequently a very important element is happening right there. So some people might say to you, with regards to position, some people might, there's a kind of constant reference to an idea of the rules, right? And so someone might say to you, never put something in the center. But when you watch, say you watch a Buster Keaton movie or something, Buster Keaton turns out in the center all the time. And, you know, there's constant use of the center. The center is a really simple, really dominant move. So if you're stepping into the little window, our little viewing window, and you're saying something that you want people to pay a lot of attention to, you're just saying, hey, this is me, or something like that. The center is really it's really non-challenging. As you start to move the piece around, as you start to move them around, it starts to create a little bit more interesting, a little bit more curious, but keep in mind, it's just a tool, okay? Another form of positioning is like this. You could, and this is the kind of positioning you see taken advantage of in the Renaissance a lot. So let's say, for instance, there's a line, but the line is not going to be a line that we're going to state directly, okay? If I put a person right here, and if I put a person right here, and if I put another person right here, now these people end up being in relationship based on that connecting line. And all sorts of shapes work perfectly well to do this and have different effects. For instance, one idea is this. If I have a triangle, one idea is that this position on the triangle is a real position of dominance. So if I put a person here, and I position another person here, here's how they show it in the diagram, and Okay? So here, this is about position. So we have center, we have the rule of thirds, we have the rule of thirds happening twice, and here we have position based on say underlying shapes. Okay, this one was a circle. This one is a triangle. Okay? And what I would recommend is I would recommend playing with these things. I would recommend taking all of the design ideas that I've introduced and playing with them. And so that's kind of what we're going to do next.